Alright, that looks pretty good. Just adjust that there. And, yeah. What's that? Someone left me a little cupcake. Late Valentine's Day, I suppose. Well, that's okay. It'd be kind of funny if this was poisoned or something. That'd be pretty ironic. Oh well. Alrighty. Gotta get the review started. I am just having the weirdest deja vu. What the heck? You know, it'd be funny if this was poisoned. Oh, like in the... Yeah.
Dude, I am tripping right now. I feel like I've totally lived through this day already.
Deja vu?
Yes.
The day reset when you died, right?
Yeah.
For all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer, and welcome back to yet another movie review. And as you can tell from the little intro, that was pretty good. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Happy Death Day 2 You, that just was released in theaters in this February. And this is a sequel, of course, to the 2017 Blumhouse horror comedy film by the same name, well, Happy Death Day. It came out in October. This one came out right around Valentine's Day. And it follows the same, group of characters, especially Tree, as she relives this same day over and over again. And, if you haven't seen the first one, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoiler territory. But she ends up killing her roommate, who was the killer in the first movie, pushes her out of a window, and the day stops cycling. It's very similar to Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, one of my favorite movies. And this one is similar. It actually feels more like Groundhog Day, but also, as they mentioned in the film, kind of like Back to the Future. And I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but just my initial thoughts here. I liked Happy Death Day 2 You more than I did so Happy Death Day. I thought this was a much better movie. I thought it was more compelling. I thought the characters were a lot, more fleshed out. The killer aspects actually were the weakest part of this film, but it didn't hurt it for me. The original was, just a generic kind of teen slasher movie that was rated PG-13 because it couldn't show a lot of violence, which I understood. It did have a neat twist in the fact that the day reset, and that made it interesting. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot there for me, quite honestly. But this one gave me a lot of personality to all of the characters. It tried to explain the time warp situation, and at first I thought it wasn't going to work. But later on in the film, once the plot kind of develops, it makes sense, and it adds for some good humor. And I thought this movie was definitely funnier than the original. I haven't seen that one, since it came out, so I'd have to rewatch it to grasp it. But in my initial review, I gave that film a 2.5 out of 5 skulls, and this film I'm actually going to give a 3.5 out of 5 skulls, so it jumped a whole number. I almost was going to give it a 4, but I'm holding back just for now. I just saw it. It actually was pretty emotional too, besides being both funny and kind of thrillery in certain scenes. It actually got to me. It made me tear up, and I'm like, wow, Happy Death Day 2 You got to me. That was really crazy. But I thought it was well done. If you're looking to get a really intense horror film, this isn't the movie for you. I love horror films, but this is more of a drama with some thriller elements. I mean, you do have, the ending where they reveal who the killer is, and it's kind of like Scream. But you also have this time loop scenario, and the girl, Tree, has to work out these problems in her life. And to me, that reminded me of Groundhog Day, And again, that's one of my favorite movies, so it really, you know, struck a chord with me, and I thought it was just an overall well-done movie. It was fun, it was entertaining, it kept my interest throughout the entire film, and I would recommend you going out and seeing this movie. Now, I am going to get into spoilers right now, but if you are leaving the review, come back after you see it, and let me know your thoughts on the ending and how everything works out in the film. I'm being very ambiguous here, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to see it. You've been warned.
They like me, I won't even love me like they love pop.
If I don't stop the killer, more people will die. Failure's not an option.
Focus, man. My money on my mind. Got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind.
So the big twist kind of thing in the movie is that at the beginning, the friend, if you will, is cycling through a day. He realizes that he himself is trying to kill himself, and then that weird, I forgot what they called it, but that machine that kind of set the loop in motion, puts Tree back in the original day, but it's a different dimension. The characters are all different. It's a different zone, if you will, and the original killer, who was her roommate, is not the killer anymore, and it is in fact the much older man that she was kind of having an affair with. It's very confusing when you kind of say it out loud, but it was well done when I saw it, and to me, that is what made this movie interesting. And the ending, I know I've seen some articles that talk about there being another sequel, a Happy Death Day 3, if you will. I don't know if that's what they were going for. I mean, perhaps they will make a Happy Death Day 3 if this one makes good, you know, in the box office and everything. But, you know, the ending was more of a gag, if you will, but perhaps we will see a Happy Death Day 3. And if you would have said to me after the original that there was going to be a second one, I probably would have said, I'm not that excited, but now that we're getting a third one, I'm on board because this one redeemed the franchise, for me anyways. For me. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this review, and remember as always, for all things Halloween Death Day, this is Hauntformer.